Greetings, greetings, greetings. Queen Witchy here. Queen Reverend Witchy, to be exact. But anyway, Queen Witchy here with Queen of Forces Healing Ministries. Feliz Viernes, happy Friday. It is Friday, 24th of June in the Gregorian year of 2022. Giving thanks here with another video. I'm going to do a read, but you know what? I wasn't planning on doing this at the moment, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I am presenting my money oil. Concocted, mixed up by me. Okay? You want this. I have been the guinea pig, and so have other family members of mine been the guinea pig for this, because I think this is my first real money oil that I've done, I think. So for months, it has been tested and tried. Okay? So this is Queen's Magnificent Money Magnet Oil. So let me take some out. You need this. Well, yeah, you need this. Okay. So this is it. It feels good. It smells good. It smells real good. So this is one way I use it, is drop it on my hands. I keep a bottle in my car. Okay. So when I get in, if I've forgotten to affirm any wonderful resources coming my way, when I get in the car, I'll see it there. And so I'll take it in my hands and rub it in my hands. And rub it all over me. It's good for that ashiness. Money comes to me in abundant blessings of 3 times 3. I always have plenty of money. And when money leaves, it comes right back to me. Okay, whatever affirmations that you would like to say, you can take this, take drops of this oil. Let's see. Here's a bill from the New Jersey Turnpike for me. So, listen, you can anoint your bills and be grateful that the money needed, the resources needed, they're all paid. Anoint your bills, especially when you can pay for them, and even when you feel like you can't. Hey, it's there. The universe is abundant. And so we do things like this. We, meaning people who make quote unquote conjure oils and whatnot and different little things. We know that everything has energy. And so the ingredients in here are things that are known to have energy of abundance. Okay. I'll tell you a couple things that's in here. There's some cinnamon in here. I'll tell you that. There's some cinnamon in here. We know that cinnamon is a great attractor. And we want to attract an abundance of resources in our life. But we also, and this oil is also particularly, or rather specifically, one of the specific intentions. I think I'll get it right eventually, what I'm trying to say. One of the specific intentions infused or programmed into this oil is to help those of us who may have had a poverty mindset, who struggle with staying positive about money, who have belief systems that, reinforce lack. Okay. I knew I grew up with not a lot. And so it's a subconscious thing, it's a mental thing to change your mindset about money. We have to be sensible. If you have a goal, certain things you want to meet, you shouldn't spend money on certain things. But we also have to remember that the universe is abundant. There's universes beyond universes, and there's never any lack in the universe. Just because it's not in our possession, our physical possession at the moment, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. We have to work with ourselves to come into alignment with that energy of abundance. And sometimes we just simply have to wait for things. And while we do that, we can work on our minds, we can work on our bodies, our homes. And this, when you use this oil, always affirm that your needs are provided for. Always affirm that you are in alignment with abundance. That whatever negative mindset you may have had about money is utterly and completely destroyed and taken over by the peaceful and joyful mindset of prosperity and abundance. I declare for you, with you right now, that your needs are being met in accordance to your highest and best good. Now, we also know that other things in our lives, everything in our life affects the other area. So, for example, my last video on YouTube, one of the messages that came through to me was, are you living right? Okay. So, negative karma that we experience or that we create can affect our abundance. So live right, okay? But this again is more about changing our mindsets. And a lot of times we say, if you can feel like you deserve something, you'll be motivated to experience it, to have it. There's a lot of people in the world that don't deserve, no, they don't deserve certain things, but just because they desire it, they're going to get it. They're going to work for it. They're going to affirm it. They're going to do whatever, but they're going to get it whether they deserve it or not. So it's not always about our self-worth. Our self-worth or lack thereof certainly hinders us. But again, if you really, really want something, you're going to get it somehow, some way. All right. So again, this is a really big help for those of us wanting to change our mindset. You can put drops in your spiritual bath for abundance. You can do it in your candle work if you do that. Any type of abundance work. If you're working with a client doing energy healing, you can use it there. You can burn it in an oil burner. So there's various ways to use this oil. And I mean, it's just, whew, girl, guy, whoever, everybody need to get some ideas. Yes. Email queenofforces@gmail.com. This oil stays on my abundance table. I have a working abundance table at all time. Prosperity and abundance. Money, 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 money. From all directions. From anywhere. International. That's another thing. This ain't just, I want some. Let me see if I can manifest half of my car payment. Although, hey, it will help you do that if you work with it. But we're talking big. We're talking changing our mindset, because that's where it is, especially our subconscious mind. So if you want to do healing work with this is very good. Know that anything you purchase from me is all about healing something, okay? So again, this is about healing our mindset, how we feel about money, our relationship with money. Do we even want to look at how much money we have in our bank account? And if we don't, why is that? Why is that? You might want to journal about that or talk to somebody about that. Do we have a fear of looking at what we have, what we don't have? Are we afraid to really sit down with our financial realities and deal with them? Do we not want to know our credit score if that's important to you? So again, mindset and healing negative mindsets. Everything that comes through me to you is for healing purposes. All right. So queenofforces@gmail.com. Get Queen Witch's Magnificent Money Magnet Oil. Okay. No, I don't have fancy labels and none of that. You might get a label, you might not. But what you will get It's some abundance level energetic force flowing in and through this oil to assist you with your manifestations. All right. And it's reasonably priced. Okay. $25. Yes, $25. And if you use it well, $25 really ain't gonna be nothing. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, the first time I used it, guess what? I told my son, I said, go to the mailbox and get me a check. Bam, it was a check in the mailbox, and it was unexpected. Unexpected. Okay. My oldest son, when he was younger, I used to do that to him all the time. I mean, and honey, we were struggling. Let me tell you. I said, I should send him to the mailbox. That was one of his jobs, Go and check the mail, bring me back a check. And he said, Mom, you always tell me to go get a check. And he didn't always come back with one. But I would just say that. I without even like putting a lot of intention or really focusing, I would just tell him 11:11. No. I said, go and check the mail, bring me back a check. And I would do that a lot. One time, the first time that happened, he almost lost it. He almost lost it. I think he's the same age, about 8 or 9. And he came back to the house. Mom, I think it's a check. I think it's a check. It said pay two, something. I looked at it. I said, yeah, boy, that's a check. See, you done went and did it. Yes, you did. Just like I told you. He was talking about, Mama, you always talk about getting a check. And I got one. And then it happened more and more. Eventually, I kind of got out of that habit. But it was always nice to see his face when it happened because, at that time, it was like, where we gonna get a check from? Like, where's the check supposed to be? Where's this money supposed to be coming from? And so, he learned from that. And I didn't realize this so much later. Like, he has so much faith in me. And children normally do. If your parents taking care of them, they're going to believe you and trust you. But it's interesting because when a problem arises, especially about money, like, Mom, what to do? I said, manifest it. Because I started to tell him, I was like, you're a magnificent manifester. And that's what I kept telling him. I was like, you're manifesting this. And so sometimes I would go to him and say, we need to manifest some money for something. Or we need to manifest this, however it will come, whether we needed to get the money to pay for ourselves. That's another thing that I had to start telling him. Like, it's not always about us manifesting the money for something. Sometimes it's best to just say, hey, this is what I'm trying to get. This is my goal. But this is what I'm getting. Okay. This is what I'm getting. I'm manifesting a vehicle, versus I'm manifesting $10,000 to go buy one. I'm manifesting a vehicle. Nothing wrong with numbers. Okay. I'm not saying that. But what that helped me do was become more open to just receiving what I wanted to receive versus putting a number on it or something. Because guess what? I've been given a car that I had to buy at all. I was like, hey, somebody gonna give me a car. I was saying it for 2 years before I actually really, really needed one. I had a car, and then, but it wasn't, in the best shape, but I was doing what I had to do with it, and I would say periodically, somebody gonna give me a car. Somebody gonna give me a car. And when I really needed one, it was a stranger, y'all. A stranger. I did not know this man from a can of paint or his wife. They didn't know me, had never even met me. But through some organization that I was in contact with that knew I needed a car, I think we were trying to help me get the car I had fixed, but it was just, it was just gone. They were like, oh, goodness. And I think the man volunteered there. And he found out, I don't know, I can't remember exactly how it was now, but I need to think about that because this is one of those stories that reminds me of my ability to manifest and reminds me of the infinite abundance that is available to us. So this man finds out and he contacts this lady that I had been in communication with, and she calls me. It was on a Saturday morning. It was raining. I remember that. It was raining. And I was actually in the bathroom when the phone rang. Came out. I answered the phone. No, I missed the call because I was trying to get out of the bathroom before. And she just left a message for me to call her back. So I called her back. And she was talking to me. She was like, this gentleman works, he volunteers here. He found out about, your need for a car. And he and his wife would like to give you one of their vehicles. Honey, what? What? Who? What? OMG. I went to crying and carrying on. I said, you, what? Somebody want, what? I didn't ask what kind of car it was or nothing. She was like, can you get down here? I said, I'm going to get down there. And let me tell you, I was broke. I think I had $10 that I had to scrape up. And I called somebody. She couldn't give me a ride. And I was like, how much is it going to cost for me to get a cab? This was in 2013, I believe. I think it was 2013. So anyway, I was like, how am I going to get that? I don't even know if I got enough money to catch a cab. So I picked up change out of my house, and then I started calling. I started calling cabs. And I was like, listen, I got $10. Can you get me such and such place? Because it wasn't that far from me. Honey, let me tell you, I got there with the $10. And I picked up the car. So listen, affirm your abundance. Use what is available to you. And I'm just so very grateful. I'm just so very grateful, and I cannot wait. I got my eye on somebody right now for the car I'm driving right now. When I get a different car, I was like, I'm gonna get that car to such and such. I can't wait to get somebody a car. Oh my gosh, it's the best thing ever. So abundance is there. Abundance is always there, just like love and everything else. It's just sometimes we come out of alignment. We don't think about it. We get off track. Something comes along and disturbs us, whatever. But remember, money, assets, supply, there's an infinite supply, okay? To infinity and beyond. That's all I like you today. To infinity and beyond. There is more than enough for all of us. It's up to us to change our mindsets and to put action towards our goals. All right? So you're talking to a happy healer here. And this seemingly small bottle is packed full. And you can see the herbs and stuff in there spinning around. Like I said, it smells so good. Disregard the background noise, please. I have windows open. It's warm today. Thankfully, it's warm today. Y'all, I'm in Connecticut. Yeah, like you don't want to get warm and stay warm. Gosh, I need 80 degrees to feel comfortable. I really do. So yeah, this ain't it for me. But anyway, abundance is mine. Prosperity is mine. As a matter of fact, I'm going to infuse this also with a little more protective energy because I work with that too. I mean, I think about all kinds of things when I'm doing my little stuff. But as I said, this has been on trial for, or did I say it? But this has been on trial for at least 6 months. So get you some on the next batch, honey. On the current batch anyway. But it works. It works if you work it. Okay? You plus this equals $signs. And you can write me and tell me what you manifested with this. Try it on something simple, I guess. You could try it on a bill, or just like I do every day when I get in my car. So I'm expecting some unexpected abundance. You know, I'm expecting somebody to give me a coupon that's gonna really make a difference in my life. You know, like recently, one of the things that happened was, excuse me, some gift cards, $50 in gift cards for something that I probably would say, you know, I could save my money and not do that right now because I'm being more sensible with how I spend money. At the same time, again, I am open to abundance and I'm spirit led. Okay. So if I am in alignment, if I working with myself, I'm gonna pause and go close the window because that noise is aggravating me. Okay, I'm back. Well, y'all, I didn't mean for this video to go so long, but here it is. So I just went and picked up a dollar bill from my prosperity table. Of course, this smells just like the oil because it be getting anointed. So anoint your money with the oil. And I always shake it up because I like to see when I have using the clear bottle that is in on the table. You know, you can see all the herbs and whatnot floating around, and I just get a kick out of that. So oftentimes I'll take a little bit. See, it's a lot, y'all, and you don't need to use a lot. Always shake it up though before you use it. Okay, to like reactivate those ingredients. So I'll take some and I'll put a drop on the corners of the money and in the middle and giving thanks to the forces. Okay, air, fire, water, earth, ether, and the directions, north, south, east, west, and attract, you know, say it. I attract abundance to me from every direction, from every angle, through any and all elemental forces in the universe in the most harmonious and peaceful way possible, in accordance with my highest and best good. I use my money wisely. I bless others with my money. I am open and receptive to receive. When people give to me, I receive. Sometimes some of us battle with receiving, and I have done that in the past. Now, if you know it's coming from a questionable source, of course, but a lot of times when we have grown up with negative concepts and beliefs around money and our sense of worth around money and just struggling, you know, the struggle, we can just not receive very well. And a lot of that comes from, you know, it's better to give than to receive. It's better to give than to receive. No, balance, people, balance. It's best to give and receive. That's the cycle of the universe. And that hit me one day some years back in discussion. I was going through some financial challenges around the same time I was telling you with all this other stuff. But anyway, one day I'm gonna talk more about stuff. But someone said to me, you know, Wichi, when you block blessings coming from people, especially when it's something you need or want, you know, like you're going completely against the order of the universe. So how is it that you want to be affirming your needs are being met and affirming all this abundance? And then when somebody says, here's something to help you, you know, just take it, whatever. And you go, no, I don't want to do that. I don't know how I'm going to pay you back or whatever. You're blocking. And that's not in the flow. You need to be like water. Be like water, the element of water, flow and receive, because that's how things work. That's how things work. Give and receive, you know, and balance. And if you need something, like some of us have grown up with this concept, oh, poor, woe is me. And, you know, people will, but somebody trying to help you, and this from a genuine source, let them help you. You ask for, if it's something that you've been asking the universe for, you've been affirming all this, they receive it. Another thing you can do with this oil, of course, I have my beautiful citrine here. citrine is a wonderful stone for abundance. It's a sunstone, in my opinion, not sunstone. I have a little piece of sunstone here. I use that also with my money stuff because it's vibrant. Look at it. It's blingy. It's blingy. Bling, bling. Okay, but citrine is one of my favorite. Of course, green ones. Emerald, malachite, even jade. Any green stone for me symbolizes growth and abundance. And so I use that in work with spirituality. Pyrite, use a small piece of that. Also called fool's gold, excuse me. So I will take this and you can put a couple of drops. Just a couple can take a little bit, go a long way. I'm telling you. Rub that thing on there. This is very good. Like if you're doing meditations and meditate with it. You can put on an abundance meditation and put the citrine or whatever ones all over you. Really. If I'm working with you or somebody's working with you or you working with somebody, like you got them on the table doing, getting some energy healing done, and they're working through blockages for changing their mindset about money, removing blockages so that you can see that abundance. This is a very good idea. You can surround them with these stones. Be led. You follow your intuition or whatever, and and ground it with some black stones, some tiger's eye. This right here is a candle that I've been using to help people with changing mindsets about money. This goes into some distance healing, aka ritual magic, whatever you want to call it. But of course, with the skull, even though we know our mind isn't inside our skull, this is symbolic. Okay, this is symbolic of changing our mindset from negative to positive about what we can manifest, what our power actually is. It's about empowering yourself. Every time you center yourself and you come into alignment and you affirm and declare your abundance, you are shifting those negative mindsets and you are getting rid of that lack mentality. Come into alignment with the universe. Check your astrology chart. Get a reading. You might be able to get some more information about that, that mentality that you're trying to change or that you want to change. And sometimes there's things going on we don't even know we're behaving in that manner because it's so subconsciously programmed. So like the example I just shared with the person telling me, you can't be asking for the stuff and then don't want to take it. Like that don't even make sense. That doesn't even make sense. So be open, be receptive to the abundance and receive. Receive. Look at here. It's a lot of stuff going on out here in these streets. Inflation, gas prices off the chain, food prices off the chain. We're being bombarded with imagery and with real instances of what appears to be lack. Okay? So you have to watch what you're watching. Okay? Meaning, don't watch too much of that stuff. Don't listen to too much of that. Get the information that you need. We ought to see what's going on in the world, but there is enough. And we have to help out and declare that. Your needs will be met. The universe does not say, okay, because there's inflation, I'm running out of resources. So you can't get any. Because the housing market is off the chain, there's not enough in the universe. No. Declare. See, I'm getting uptight here now. Abundance is yours. It's mine. It's for all of us. But we have to declare it. We have to receive. We have to be in alignment with it. So whatever you need to do that, then do that. And one of the ways it's going to help you, I'm going to tell you right now, again, this Okay? Go and get you some. queenofforces@gmail.com. Thank you for spending all this time with me because I did not think that this video would go so long. But I hope it's been helpful. You deserve it. And even if you don't think you deserve it, declare it anyway if you need it or want it. Okay? It's not harming anyone. Harm done to none. Okay? Harm done to none. Do not intend harm for no apparent reason. All right? May the abundance and prosperity of the universe rest on, in, through, and around you at all times. May you be in alignment with prosperity and abundance. May you affirm and declare and walk in your divine power of prosperity and abundance. May the force of healing be with you always. Ashe. If I can hang up out of here.